Akwaba, Miawezon, welcome to the channel. My name is Efo Selassie. This is a part 2 of a video that I've already uploaded onto the channel. An interview with Abdul, a farmer who lives in the UK but has a farm here in Ghana, a 74-acre farm. In this part 2, he shares information on how he handles the financial parts of his farm, even though he lives abroad and has his managers here in Ghana. He also shares how he checks the authenticity of information sent to him, and also he talks about some of the major challenges he faces on the farm and how he's been able to overcome them. Towards the end of this video, he shares with us how he markets his farm produce after they've been harvested. Make sure you stick around. My name is Efo Selassie. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe to the channel, and also consider liking this video even before you go on to watch it. It helps the video get pushed for other people to also have access to the information provided in this video. Enjoy the video. I wanted to ask, how do you handle the monetary issues, financial parts of your farm in terms of buying equipment, buying fertilizers and other products? How do you handle that?
Yes, that's quite an interesting question. I've put in place a spreadsheet,
Okay.
A Google spreadsheet that everything is being recorded on the spreadsheet. So it is when you do that, immediately I get the notification that something has gone on the spreadsheet.
Okay.
So the farm manager has to go and do all the purchasing and so on and so forth, and then you record whatever he has done, every activity that he does, use them on the spreadsheet. So I get to see whatever he has done, and then whatever the recommendation, the comment that I have, I also do it through the Google spreadsheet, and then everything is being clarified.
Okay, so how do you know that he's telling the truth? Yeah, so maybe he says today we need this amount of fertilizers, this is the price. How are you sure it's
okay? So one is a good question, but one thing that you have to be mindful of is that even though you cannot trust everybody, you have to give some people the opportunity to operate.
True.
Yes, I always request for receipt. Receipt can be manipulated.
Yeah.
As well. I will request for the receipt to see the amount that you have recorded is the same on the receipt.
Yeah.
But that notwithstanding, you have to give them the opportunity to operate.
Operate, okay.
Otherwise, you kind of put some kind of mindset in the minds that make it more difficult for you and also for him to work. So I give them the freedom to do whatever they want to do. I give them we have an account that his name is on the account.
Okay. So
he goes there to withdraw money. He can withdraw, and I can see any withdrawals that is being done on the list. And for the purpose, he has to record the purpose for that withdrawal, so that I get to know what is going on. At the same time, recording almost every activities that goes on.
Okay. So how often? Because when I spoke to Winnie, she made a point, and I don't know how valid that is. I want to know from your own perspective too. If you're an absent farmer, it's bad. How often do you go? Very true. How often do you go to Ghana? How often do you travel to Ghana to check?
So last year I was in Ghana.
Okay.
I was almost there for nearly 1 month.
1 month, okay.
After before the season started, I was there, so we put things together and then allow it to flow.
Okay.
All the plants, we put all the plants together and then allow it to flow. So once I'm here, I just monitor the progress of the farm.
Okay. And how do you do that?
So first of all, daily we talk almost every day.
Okay.
Sometimes in a day we can talk like more than 2 or 3 times in a day.
Okay.
Sometimes, and then sometimes we send, and then he double it with some videos and pictures.
Okay.
See the activities that is going on the farm.
Okay.
This year we've changed a little bit the strategy so we have a Google form that we have created for almost all the activities that goes on the farm. So he records everything as he's doing the activities. So he's able to upload pictures and videos onto the Google form, and then I get to get them. And we also talk.
Okay.
And make decisions and everything. When the decision is too much on him, he cannot take those decisions. He will always return to me, and then we get the final.
Okay. That means it's good to have somebody who is a bit educated, because the Google forms and all that you need a
yes. That was why because otherwise there were people before when my father was working with, but this time I had to get somebody who is so now there are 2 managers on the farm now.
Okay.
Both of them, one have a degree and one have a HND.
Okay.
So you can imagine they have, and one was into computer science student. One is a computer science.
Okay.
The other is into marketing. So you can imagine that they are well knowledgeable in whatever they are doing.
They are doing. Okay.
They can help you in whatever you are requesting from them. Not that I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do it. So they know.
Okay.
That is the most important thing. Because if you employ somebody who is not technologically inclined, cannot read or write, you're going to get a whole lot of hell, because those information you will not get. My uncle lives on the farm, but I can't ask him to do those jobs. Even though he was a lecturer, that uncle that I'm talking about, he was a lecturer at Accra Polytechnic.
Okay.
So he can do that. Some instructions I cannot give it to him.
It's true.
So I just have to take him out of the picture and make sure that I get somebody I can instruct and ask him to do.
Now, small boy, small uncle.
You can imagine that.
That's the mindset. What are some other challenges? I know that even though it sounds like everything is in place, I know you face challenges from the onset and till now. What are some of the major challenges that you faced on the farm?
So every day we learn. From day one, I know the challenges in the farm already before I started.
Okay.
My father was facing a whole lot of challenges. So I think through all those challenges and try to find solutions to those challenges. Of course, you cannot get all of them done in one day, but at the end of the day, we are trying to resolve them one after the other. So one of the big challenge that my father was facing was labor.
Okay.
Labor. So labor was a big challenge. Those there were not also trusted. The farmers in the community were not trusted. So it was very difficult for me to decide what to do. What I did was with the labor was that I decided, okay, one, we have to get our own workers and put them on a payroll, and they will be working for us on every day, at least almost all the 6 days in a week. And then also, but as I'm speaking to you, since last year that we said we wanted a permanent worker, laborer on our farm, we haven't gotten one. It was this year we had one person, and then we are expecting 2 more to join this year. So that was the plan, to get our permanent workers. So we started with working with the farmers in the community as much as we can, even though we know how difficult working with them was.
Yeah.
So we tried to manage them the way. So I prompted my farm manager and told him that this is the situation he's going to face. Those people there, this is how they behave.
Yeah, okay.
They are very difficult to work with, but you will try with them, and then as time goes on, we get our permanent ones and then maintain them until when they want to leave.
And when you say one, okay. When you say they are very difficult to work with, what are like the difficulties?
So one is when you give them anything to do, especially when they know that you don't have an idea.
Okay.
Of what you're asking them to do, they won't do it well.
Okay.
They'll do any shoddy work, but because you don't have the technical know-how to know exactly what you want,
yeah,
they will tell you they've done it. You go and then you see that they've done something.
Yeah.
When an expert comes onto the farm, he sees there are a whole lot of problems. That was one. Two was that when they take your money and you can give them any work to do, they take immediately they have the money in their hands. Forget it, they won't do the work. They won't do it. So this one of the strategies we also took is that before we give you a penny, we have to see you do something on the farm.
Okay.
You have to do something. So and I told my farm manager that from the way I know them, if you give them money more than the work they have done, expect that they will not come back. You have to go and look for another person because they'll be wasting your time. You cannot wait. Or you have to spend another money to get some people to come and do the same work that you have been doing. So I told him that don't give them any money. You've asked them to come and do the job. Let them, either when they do half of the job, pay them a quarter, and then let them finish the work before you finish. You pay. Let them see the money. Also let them see the money that you have the money. To give. It's not that there's no money to give. There's money, but you want to see them finish the job before you give them the money. Sometimes they will come with excuses. My wife is sick. My child is sick. I have a whole lot of experience to share. They will tell you a whole lot of stories, and when you try to sympathize with them, that is it. You are in trouble. Yes. So because I knew how they behave, that was what we put in place to make sure that, and it helped us to a certain, even though it was difficult working with them. Actually helped us as we do. So those are the main difficulties with them. And when you are looking for them, they will tell you, I'm coming today, and they will be doing something somewhere. They will not tell you the truth. So it's an issue of trust. You cannot trust them, and they'll be wasting your time because you cannot do it yourself.
Then so Green Choice Farm, what do you what are some of your crops that you farm?
So before I come to the crops here, you were asking some of the challenges here. Let me add one more challenge. Another challenge was to get implement to hire and work with. So in my farming community, if I even knew before now, although I knew, but I didn't have the full picture of how bad it was. I knew it was difficult to get implements to hire and to do your work, but I didn't know it was that bad until when we started doing large scale. So one thing that you have to book for a tractor for a week, and the day will come and then you come and tell you tractor na say and remember, you have booked that tractor for a week. It means that you're looking for another one. You have to book for that one, because they are not enough in the community. Just a few people who owns a tractor. And you have to look, and it will waste your time. So by the time you know, the time you are supposed to sow or plow your land has already gone. So one of the things that we realized even last year was that most of the farmers in the community, in our area, they couldn't farm because by the time they knew, the rain has started heavily, and their farm, because they are doing rice.
Right.
The tractor can go onto the field when the field is muddy, because they will stuck. They cannot plow.
Yeah.
So most of the farmers couldn't farm last year because of that. Just because they didn't have implement come and then. So what we did was that I consciously decided to get my own implement.
Okay.
Make sure that I get. So I've gotten quite a number of them. Not all of them. The ultimate is to get a tractor.
The tractor,
which is more expensive, but we are getting there. We've got a mini tractor. That the walking one, the walk behind tractor.
Okay.
Have our boom sprayer. Got we've got some. We have boom sprayer, a mini tractor. We have a ripper for harvesting.
Okay.
We have quite a few. Machines that will make work more easy for the farm.
So then that's some huge investments.
Yeah, of course, quite scary.
Very
scary. To be honest.
But you made a point, because the tractor is another business that people can look into, getting tractors for farmers.
To be honest, if I had not gone in this way, this far with the farming, I would have rather concentrate getting the machines, because the money that I have put in would have gotten me some machines that can do a lot in the community. And
so how much is the hire? How much do you hire a tractor?
So in my area, we hired it for 300 cedis.
Okay, per day.
Acre.
Okay.
Per acre.
Per acre. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
So when they plow, they take 300 cedis. I think when the land is new, they charge extra. I think something extra to plow the land. So that was the charge they were giving. But one interesting thing, to do a proper farming, you have to plow and harrow. But most of the time, because there's no implement, they only plow and that is it.
Okay. So you have to plow and harrow.
And then harrow at the same time.
Okay.
So that you get prepare the land very well for the planting to go on. And for a good successful farm yield, you have to do. But
can you? Okay.
Two machines for them. So at the end of the day, they only plow and then they sow, which is not a proper starting. Because if you don't start well, the end game you don't get it. The yield is not that good. So, but because the practice has been plow and then continue planting, you don't actually even know that it is wrong to do that. And I think it's because the implement is also not there.
Not there. Okay.
Not there for them to do.
And then government haven't like supported in that area, or
in my districts at Tebubu, they actually have I think a section in the agric section. The move they have a section for machinery, but all of them are broke down and they are sitting there. I was even thinking to see them to buy all those things, try and buy them, and then try to repair them and use them.
Okay.
But government thing, it takes something. A whole lot of things. So I don't want to start something that I cannot edit. I have actually started to get my own.
Okay.
The government, as for the government, if you want to rely on the government, Ghana government, they are only interested when it is got to do with election.
True.
They will do a whole lot of things. But after that, forget it. After that, so me, I don't rely on any government. I don't trust them. I don't think anywhere to come and help us.
So apart from the hiring of the equipment and the implements, the challenge. That challenge. What about fertilizer and other things that you need for the farm? Your insecticides and other products. Do you face any challenges in getting it?
Almost every step of the process of farming in the community, when it comes to the mechanized farming, there is a problem.
There's a problem.
There's a challenge, a problem. I want to call it a challenge because there is a solution.
Yeah.
Since there's no trusted labor, most of the time you do things late. Do things late. When you are supposed to apply fertilizer, it will you are late in applying fertilizer, you are late in applying weedicide or weeding in your farm, you are late in doing almost everything if care is not taken. So I started buying a few implements that could save the situation halfway. So we got a fertilizer applicator, a manual one that will make things bit more faster, and then I got a planter. I got so that, but even upon all those things, some of them we couldn't use them last year because there was a whole lot of things that we are supposed to prepare the land to get it ready before we can use those implements.
Okay.
Because we're not ready at the time, but there wasn't the implements that we use to prepare that land to that standard wasn't available. We couldn't use them, but we're able to use the fertilizer. We're able to use our sprayer to spray. At the time we were using the knapsack sprayer. But now we have a boom sprayer that within a few minutes it can cover a whole lot of area within a few minutes. So we have those things. So almost every process there is a challenge.
Okay.
If the labor is a problem, because if the labor is not there to do things on time for you, there is a problem. And then the implement is also not there that can cover quite an area, because even if you have the labor, how many people can you even get to cover 20 acres, 30 acres within a short time? It's not available. So these are some of the challenges that we have. And we are trying to make sure that this year we eliminate or try to reduce those challenges as much as possible.
Okay. So let's come down to the farming itself. What you do on the farm, some of your crops.
Last year we wanted to do fish farming.
Fish farming, okay.
Yeah, I got almost all the implements that we are supposed to set it up to start. And we forgot one thing: water.
Water.
But we forgot water. So when we were trying to set up everything, we realized that we would need a very sustainable source of water. In that community, there is only one borehole.
Okay.
And it is the one that they have to pump, and that cannot help. It's not helpful for quite the water we need. That one. So then came the idea of getting our own borehole.
Okay.
To drill our own borehole, and then so that we can use it to supply, make it more mechanized one, so that it's able to pump water fast, and at the same time to supply water to the farm itself. If we want to also do all year round farming, because we are thinking of doing at least 3 seasons.
3 seasons, okay.
We do the dry season, we will do the major and then the minor season to cover throughout the year, almost. So that stopped us. So we have all the implements to start, but because of the borehole, we decided to put it on hold. So that this year we are drilling the borehole, and then we can start putting up the structure.
So how do you get water for your farm now?
So now it's at the mercy of God.
Okay.
I'm even ashamed to use that word, the mercy of God, because to be honest, level of, let me use the word, I don't know the right word to use. The level of knowledge that I have, I shouldn't be using. I shouldn't say the mercy of God. I have to do things right.
Yeah.
So yes, last year was the year we started seriously. This year we've put in place a certain project that we are focusing on to make sure that we get a borehole and get a reservoir.
Okay.
So we are going to drill a reservoir, make a reservoir, and also get a borehole to supply water. Because there is a river at the edge of my father's land, but the river dries up during the dry season, so it's not something that we can rely on. Yeah, so we want to dug our own reservoir, and then we have our own borehole to support that. So during the dry season, we can pump water into the reservoir that can supply water to the farm.
Okay.
So now we are at the mercy of the weather.
Okay. So do you have what the crops, the variety of crops you have on you?
So we are doing rice.
Rice, okay.
We are doing rice, and we are doing chili pepper.
Chili pepper.
And we are doing corn, that is maize.
Okay.
So, and then we are doing yam.
Okay.
But let me mention that for the yam and then the chili pepper, we did them a very small scale.
Okay.
We did just about 2 acres of the yam, maybe just a little above 1 acre of the yam, and purposely for consumption.
Consumption, okay.
Purposely for consumption. Even if you will sell a few just to cover some expenses.
Okay.
The rest will be used for consumption.
Okay.
And then the chili pepper, it was a taster because I've done chili pepper before. I wanted to see how well it would do, so that I can whether decide to go into it large scale. So we did just about an acre to see. But for the maize and then the rice, we did quite a number. We did 10 acres of the rice, and then we did about 12 acres of the maize.
Okay. So you still have a lot of acre of lands
available for us. So this year we are aiming 20 acres of maize and 20 of rice. That's what.
Okay. Well, let's talk about marketing as well. How are you able to sell your produce after harvesting?
Okay. So what I did was that for me, I want things to be done more maturely and more electronically, because we are in the technological age. So things have to be done. What I did was I've registered with Ghana Commodity Exchange.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of them. And then I've also signed up with Complete Farmer. So what Ghana Commodity Exchange does is they work with farmers and they work with buyers.
Okay.
So they have a buyer on their platform. They have so it is like a trading platform.
Okay.
Trading platform where the seller and the buyers meet to do transaction. So
it's like Tonaton or Gigi.
It's like a Tonaton
for farmers.
For farmers.
Okay.
But that is also the difference here is that with Ghana Commodity Exchange, the farm is more. Let me say it's the same as like Tonaton. Let me guess. So to make any layman's understand, it's more or less like a Tonaton, where buyers come and meet the seller on the platform.
Okay.
But they have warehouses because it's a government-owned estate. So they have warehouses within the region.
Okay.
So you after harvesting as a farmer, you go and then store it in the warehouse. They grade your proceed, your input, the proceed that you bring. Okay. They grade them into grades, grade 1, 2, and then you will decide how much you want to sell it for. Okay. So you then make it public for people to. If any buyer is also available to accept your offer, then you do transactions. Things are done electronically through the system.
Okay.
And then the money is paid into your bank account, and the next day the buyer can also go and then take the proceeds from the warehouse.
Okay.
They do rice, beans, sorghum, but not all the food that we have. But I think more of them will be the cereal crops that we have.
Okay.
That's what.
So is it profitable to sell on this platform, or it's profitable to go if you are comparing the two? Which one is more profitable, to go to the open market or?
So comparing the standard, but they use standards.
Okay.
They use standards. So comparing the standards, their market is the exchange is the best.
Okay.
Because in the open market, they don't use any standard. They just give you a bag, and they tell you this bag when you fill it up to the.
I have experiences with them. They'll pump.
The pump, and then
and then they'll give you their price.
They give you their price.
Yeah.
So that is one challenge with the open market. We haven't ruled out the open market, but with the exchange, what they do is that they sell per ton. So it is based on the weight of the this thing. And also you have to dry your rice or your maize to a certain moisture content.
Okay.
To be accepted into the warehouse. So they look into all those things. So it makes transaction more transparent and easy for the farmer and also the buyer. So the buyer knows exactly what he's buying, and then the seller also knows exactly what he's selling.
Okay.
But you cannot like I'm saying, they grade them into grades. So grade 1 has to meet certain requirements, grade 2 has to meet certain requirements, and then and they bag them into 50 kg sack. But they sell them in tons. Okay. So every ton, the current price, if you go to their website, in Kumasi is around 4,000 per ton.
That's for rice.
For maize.
For maize, okay.
For the rice, I'm not so sure. I haven't really checked the rice, but the rice is also around 3,000 to 4,000, around the same amount. But one good thing about them is that you can keep your rice as long as you want, or your proceed in the warehouse as long as you want.
Okay.
So you can keep them until you want to sell it. So when the price is a bit higher, then you sell it.
Okay.
And so that is another good thing about them.
And the video is taking so long. I think we will have to do a part 2 of this, because I wanted to ask, how do you register on this platform? Where do you go? But let's keep this one for part 2.
No problem.
Right? Yeah, I'll keep this question for part 2. So if you are watching, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell button, so that anytime we bring another video, we'll be bringing another video, and then you can watch it. But if you have Abdul, if you have anything you want to share with us, you can share it with us. And then I know you have a YouTube channel. I'll be leaving the link in the description. This particular video, I'll be leaving the link to his channel in the description of this video, so that you can just follow him directly. But if you have any other thing you want to share with us, you can go ahead. We have less than 2 minutes to go.
Yes. So let me tell you.
Okay.
The secret in farming, I have realized over the years when I started farming, and the long and short of what I want to say is that there is profits and hope in farming.
Okay. You know what? Hold that one. We have to do a part 2. Let's not give everything out right now. Let's do a part 2. But we talked about the investments. How much you invested in the farm? Can you give us that figure? Let's see. For people who are curious.
Well, I would say that on top of my mind for now, what I have invested in the farming alone will run to about 20 to 25,000 pounds.